It was supposed to be a fun weekend project. That's the thought that keeps looping in my head, over and over again. Just a stupid, fun science project for the kids. My name is David, 42M. I've been married to Elena, 40F, for 15 years. We have 2 beautiful children, twins, Leo and Maya, 12. I am, or I thought I was, the luckiest man alive. I coached Leo's soccer team. I built the sets for Maya's school plays. My entire identity, my whole heart, revolves around being their dad. About 6 weeks ago, Ancestry DNA kits went on sale. I bought 4 of them. I thought it would be cool to see our heritage. Elena has always claimed she's part Italian, and I wanted to see if I had any cool Viking blood or something. We made a big night of it. We all spit in the tubes, laughed about how gross it was, sealed them up, and I dropped them in the mail the next morning. I didn't think about it again until yesterday. I was at work, sitting in my cubicle, when I got the email notification, "Your results are ready." I smiled. I actually smiled. I logged into the portal, excited to screenshot the results and send them to the family group chat. I opened my profile first. Standard stuff, mostly British Isles, some German. Cool. Then, I clicked on the DNA Matches tab. The way the site works is that it links you to people you share DNA with. Since I manage the accounts for the kids, because they are minors, their results will link to mine. I saw Elena's name at the top of the list. Then I scrolled down, looking for Leo and Maya. I scrolled past a second cousin I didn't know I had. I scrolled past a distant uncle. I frowned. I refreshed the page. Maybe it was glitching? I clicked on Leo's profile directly. Under Parental Match, it showed a 50% match with Elena. That made sense. Then I looked at his match with me. Shared DNA, 0%. Relationship, no relation. My breath hitched. It felt like someone had punched me in the throat. I quickly clicked on Maya's profile. Shared DNA, 0%. Relationship, no relation. I sat there in the fluorescent light of my office, staring at the screen until the words blurred. This had to be a mistake. Maybe the lab swapped the samples? Maybe I messed up the registration codes? But then I looked closer at Leo's profile. Under close relatives, there was a man listed as biological father. It wasn't me. It was a user named M_Thompson82. I don't know anyone named Thompson. The room started to spin. I stood up and knocked my coffee mug over, shattering it on the floor. My coworkers looked over, but I couldn't hear them. All I could hear was a high-pitched ringing in my ears. I didn't pack my bag. I just grabbed my car keys and ran. The drive home was a blur. I don't remember running red lights, but I probably did. I felt like I was going to throw up. 12 years. 12 years of birthdays, scraped knees, bedtime stories, and I love you, Daddy. Was it all a lie? I pulled into the driveway. Elena's car was there. She worked from home on Fridays. I walked into the house. It smelled like garlic and onions. She was starting dinner. It was so domestic, so normal. It made me want to scream. "Hey, honey," she called out from the kitchen. "You're home early. Did you see the email? The DNA results are in, but I haven't looked yet." I walked into the kitchen. She was chopping peppers, smiling. She looked so beautiful. The woman I had trusted with my life. I didn't say a word. I just held up my phone, the screen displaying the brutal, undeniable math. 0%. She wiped her hands on a towel and squinted at the screen. "What's that?" "It's the results," I said. My voice sounded strange. Scratchy. Dead. Leo and Maya. They aren't mine, Elena. She laughed. A nervous, confused little laugh. "What? Don't be silly. Of course they're yours. Is this a joke?" "Look at the screen," I whispered, stepping closer. 0% DNA shared. And they match with a guy named Thompson. I saw the color drain from her face. It happened instantly. 1 second she was flushed and happy, the next she was a ghost. She dropped the towel. "The test is wrong," she said quickly. Too quickly. She didn't ask how or why. She just denied it. "Those online tests are garbage, David. Everyone knows they mix up samples all the time. It's a glitch." It's not a glitch, I said, my voice rising. They match you. They match each other. They just don't match me. It's wrong, she screamed, taking a step back, her eyes wide with panic. How dare you? How dare you come in here and accuse me of something like that after 15 years? I am your wife. She was channeling anger now. She was trying to turn it around on me. It was a tactic I had seen her use 1,000 times over small things, forgotten chores, budget arguments. But this wasn't a forgotten chore. Tell me the truth, I said, feeling tears prick my eyes for the first time. Who is Thompson? She looked me dead in the eye, her jaw set, and lied to my face. I don't know who that is. You are crazy, David. You are having a mental breakdown. But I saw her hand shaking as she reached for the counter for support. She was lying. And for the first time in 12 years, I looked at my wife and didn't see my partner. I saw a stranger. That night was the longest of my life. I didn't sleep. I sat in the guest room, staring at the ceiling, listening to Elena pacing in our bedroom down the hall. The next morning, I didn't go to work. I sat at the kitchen table with a printed screenshot of the M_Thompson82 profile. When Elena walked in, eyes puffy and red, I didn't let her speak. I found him, I said, my voice terrifyingly calm. Mark Thompson. He was on your Facebook friends list from college. You reconnected with him 13 years ago, right before you got pregnant. Elena froze. The defiance from last night was gone, replaced by a trembling, pathetic fear. She collapsed into a chair and put her head in her hands. It was a mistake, she sobbed. David, please. It was one night. We ran into each other at that conference in Chicago. We had drinks. I was insecure. We had been fighting. It just happened. And the twins? I asked. I thought they were yours, she cried, looking up at me with desperate eyes. I swore they were yours. We slept together that same week when I got home. I prayed it was you. And when they were born, they had your nose. I convinced myself. I buried it, David. I buried it so deep I forgot it was even a possibility. You forgot. I laughed, a harsh, jagged sound. You forgot that you slept with another man? You forgot that our children might not be mine. I did it for us, she screamed. I knew if I told you, it would destroy us. I wanted our family to be whole. You built our family on quicksand, I said, and now I'm drowning in it. I demanded a legal paternity test, not the Ancestry kit, a court-admissible medical test. I dragged her and the confused, scared kids to a clinic that afternoon. I told the twins it was a routine medical checkup for insurance. Lying to them broke my heart more than the truth did. The wait for the results took 5 days. Those 5 days were a special kind of hell. I lived in the same house as the woman who betrayed me, pretending everything was fine for the kids. Every time Leo looked at me and smiled, I felt like dying. Every time Maya hugged me, I felt like a fraud. I found myself looking for him in their faces. Did Leo have my chin, or Mark's? Did Maya have my laugh, or a stranger's? The email from the clinic arrived on a Tuesday. I opened it in the car outside the house. Probability of paternity, 0%. Excluded as biological father. Seeing it on official medical letterhead was different than the Ancestry site. It was final. It was a death certificate for my life as I knew it. I walked into the house. Elena was waiting in the living room. She saw my face and she knew. She tried to hug me. David, please. Biology doesn't make a father. You raised them. You are their dad. We can get through this. We can go to counseling. I stepped back, repulsed by her touch. You stole 12 years from me, I said. You let me raise another man's children and let me believe they were my own. That isn't a mistake, Elena. That is fraud. That is evil. I went to the bedroom and threw 2 suitcases on the bed. I started throwing her clothes into them. Shoes, dresses, anything I could grab. What are you doing? She shrieked. You're leaving, I said. Now. You can't kick me out. This is my house too. Actually, I said, zipping the bag shut with violent force, I bought this house 2 years before we married. It's in my name. You have nowhere to go. Go stay with Mark. Maybe he wants to meet his kids. I dragged the bags to the front door and threw them onto the porch. The noise startled the kids, who ran out of their rooms. "Dad! Mom! What's happening?" Leo asked, his voice trembling. Elena was sobbing on the porch. I looked at the twins, the children I loved more than anything, who weren't mine, and I had to make the hardest choice of my life. I couldn't do this in front of them. "Mom is going to stay with Grandma for a while," I told them, my voice breaking. We have some grown-up things to talk about." Elena looked at me, pleading silently for me to let her stay. I looked her dead in the eye and slammed the door in her face. I locked the deadbolt. I listened to her banging on the door for 10 minutes, then the sound of her car starting and peeling away. I slid down the door until I hit the floor, burying my face in my knees. I was alone in the house with 2 children who were technically strangers, and I had no idea what to do next. It has been 2 years since I threw those suitcases on the porch. The divorce was finalized 6 months ago. It was ugly, expensive, and exhausting. Elena tried to play the victim. She told our friends I was abandoning my family during a midlife crisis. But in a small town, secrets don't stay secret. Once the paternity test results made it into the court filings, the narrative shifted. She went from the poor abandoned wife to the town pariah overnight. The biological father. Elena tried to reach out to Mark Thompson. She thought that maybe, just maybe, he would step up and be the partner I was. She was wrong. Mark is married with 3 kids of his own in another state. When he found out about the twins, he panicked. He sent a lawyer to demand a DNA test, and once confirmed, he agreed to pay the bare minimum state-mandated child support to keep it quiet. He has never met Leo or Maya. He has no interest in them. Elena is currently living in a small apartment 2 towns over. She works as a receptionist. She looks tired every time I see her. She tries to make small talk during drop-offs, looking at me with those sad, regretful eyes, but I keep it strictly about logistics. I don't hate her anymore. I just feel nothing. She is a stranger who used to know me. The kids. This was the hardest part. For the first month after the split, I didn't see them. I needed to know if I could look at them without seeing the betrayal. I needed to know if I loved them, or if I just loved the idea of them being mine. I realized that biology is just code. It's just data. It didn't change the fact that I taught Leo how to ride a bike. It didn't change the fact that I held Maya when she had her tonsils out. I sat them down about 3 months after the separation. They were 13 by then. Old enough to understand, young enough to be crushed. I told them the truth, not the angry version, just the facts. "I am not your biological father," I told them, my voice shaking. "But I am your dad. And I always will be, if you want me to be." They both cried. Leo was angry for a while, angry at his mom, angry at the world. Maya was quiet. But we rebuilt. I fought for them in court. Since I had signed the birth certificates and raised them for 12 years, I was their legal father. I didn't try to return them like defective merchandise. I fought for 50/50th custody, and I got it. My life now. I sold the house. Too many ghosts in the hallways. I bought a smaller place near the lake, something just for me, with rooms for the kids when they stay over. The dynamic has changed, though. There is a heaviness that wasn't there before. The innocence is gone, but in its place is something realer. When Leo calls me dad now, I know he means it. He knows the truth, and he chooses me anyway. That means more to me than a DNA match ever could. I've started dating again, slowly. I met a woman named Sarah. She knows the whole story. On our 3rd date, she asked me, "Do you regret taking the test?" I thought about it for a long time. I thought about the pain, the lawyer fees, the nights I spent staring at the wall wondering why. "No," I said. "I don't regret it." Because the truth, no matter how jagged and sharp it is better than a comfortable lie. I walked through the fire, and I got burned badly. But I came out the other side holding the only thing that actually mattered, the hands of 2 children who needed a father, not a donor. I'm not the man I was 2 years ago. I'm harder, maybe a little colder. But when I look in the mirror, I recognize myself again. And that's enough.